Hi, this is Lance Hood with ArcFranchising.com, and today I want to introduce you to Diesel Barbershop. Diesel Barbershop is a semi-absentee manage the manager model that is a modern-day version of a vintage barbershop. Our guest speaker is David Hines of Diesel Barbershop. David, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Lance. I'm happy to be here.
So what brought you to working with Diesel Barbershops?
So the company that I work for is called Rhino 7, and we are a franchise development company. Usually we look to partner with young emerging franchises that have a very solid model. So Diesel Barbershop, we actually got to talking with them over a year ago, and we really liked what they brought to the table. It was kind of a different kind of feel in the hair care industry, and it's more of a barbershop that mainly caters more to males, but it just has more of a masculine type atmosphere. So it's definitely something different, and we feel that it offers a very, very niche type of model for this industry. And we decided that they had a very good business model, so we actually worked with them to develop the franchisee support system and just kind of build up the model a little bit more to make it to ensure that it was going to last for a long time. So we were definitely very excited to have the opportunity to partner with Diesel Barbershop.
From your experience, why do most people go into franchising?
So I think that part of it is that there's not as much of a risk factor as there would be if they started their own business. With the franchise, it's a model that has been tried and proven, so someone has already gone through those risk and rewards and actually gone through the ups and downs, and they've developed a model that other people can follow to be successful. So I think that a lot of it is just there's not as much of a risk factor with joining a franchise than people would have trying to start their own business from scratch.
Mm-hmm. And then why should people consider the hair care industry?
So the hair care industry is one that's been around for a very long time, and there are a lot of companies that have done very well. The hair care industry actually has an annual revenue of $26 billion, and the barbershop industry has an annual revenue approaching $2 billion. So there's definitely a need for this industry, and barbershops right now are the fastest growing segment of the hair care industry. And there was a study that was actually published by Modern Salon that said that 81% of current salons failed to implement barbershop-focused marketing. So this actually creates a huge opportunity in the industry for the barbershops.
Mm-hmm. And you were telling me, how cool the environment is. Can you tell me, what does Diesel Barbershop do, and just explain that environment for everybody?
Yeah, sure. So Diesel Barbershop, we are a full-service shop. We do haircuts, shaves, beard trims. We can color gray hair. We also do shoulder massages and eyebrow waxing. And it just has more of a masculine feel. It's really a modern-day version of a vintage barbershop. When someone walks in, they're actually offered a free beverage, which can be a soda, a water, or even a beer. There's also going to be some arcade games that customers can play for free as much as they want. So just kind of gives them something to do while they're waiting. And on the walls, there's going to be pictures of record album covers, also movie posters. So really just kind of has more of a very cool atmosphere and more of a masculine setting.
So, that tends to make everything unique. Is there anything that stands out in the processes that's unique outside of the atmosphere?
Yeah, I would say that what makes it unique. So as far as it is going to be a semi-absentee manager model. So that means that it's great for someone that wants to keep their job and actually be part-time or be involved semi-absentee from day one, because each barbershop will have two co-managers that run the day-to-day. And really, I just say, just the whole atmosphere, and just kind of putting their own twist on what a barbershop should be, I think is really what makes it unique.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, there's a big need for this. People aren't going to stop growing hair, at least in the near future. So there's definitely repeat business for this. What type of person is ideal for this opportunity?
Yeah, so the type of person that we're looking for is first and foremost someone who wants to be semi-absentee, and someone who wants to be part-time and actually keep their job. We also look for someone who has very good management skills, and it helps if they have a pioneer or empire builder personality that wants to be part of a growing, modern, and impressive-looking franchise. And really, so the management skills, because really what Diesel is going to do is teach someone how to be a CEO of the organization. It's also a good opportunity for someone who desires a business in a very stable, recession-resistant, and technology-proof industry. And then we also, going back to the empire mentality, someone who wants to one day own multiple units and or be an area representative or a master franchisee.
I think it's important to say a lot of people that look at franchises for the first time think that they come from a owner-operator mentality, like they need to understand how to do the core functions of the company. And what I find with most franchise opportunities is they're really just looking for good managers, not that you're going to be doing any of the day-to-day stuff or need to understand how to cut hair or anything like that. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's correct. Yeah, and especially with this one, because since it is going to be those two co-managers kind of having the experience in the industry and running the day-to-day, but yeah, the franchisee, they do need to learn how to kind of function as a pro form or as the CEO and really oversee the company. So they do need to know all the systems that are in place and the support that's provided, and what they're going to be doing. In addition to managing those co-managers, is running the budget, running the pro forma, and really just overseeing the company as a whole.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the typical questions potential franchisees have about Diesel?
Yeah, so people would ask about Diesel being an emerging brand and what the advantage is to joining an emerging brand. And what we would say is that being an emerging brand, they're actually going to be available across the U.S., so there's definitely going to be an opportunity for any big city is usually where we want to go. And also just the fact that Rhino 7 has partnered with Diesel. Rhino 7 really focuses, and their kind of bread and butter is helping emerging franchisors to actually grow and expand. So really, that's a big advantage. And then also just that the founder of Diesel Barbershop is very experienced and successful in owning barbershops. He actually grew up in the industry, so was able to kind of take what he learned and he applied that when he actually decided to start Diesel. So definitely have a lot of corporate experience, and it's a very proven business model. So I'd say that that's kind of the way to address the emerging franchisor question.
What are the ways that franchisees make money with this model?
Yeah, the main way they're making money is actually the services that we provide. So people can come in there for a basic haircut. They might come in there for a haircut and a beard trim. So there's basically something for everyone. If someone actually, has a very big beard and kind of wants to get it trimmed up and have it, look kind of have a clean look, then they can get that. We also do shaves as well, and we also do have the straight razor shaves. So there's definitely a lot of different services and ways to make money with the services. But then Diesel also does have products that are available as well. So we do sell products as far as keeping up with their hair and kind of managing it, and of course just products to take care of their beard, of their hair. So we also do have products available.
Very nice. What's the ramp-up time?
Yeah, so the ramp-up time, as far as to positive cash flow, that's going to be very quick. It's only going to take about 6 months for the business to get to positive cash flow, which is very good for a semi-absentee retail model. So yeah, I'd say that the ramp-up can be about 6 months. Now the break-even might take a little bit longer than that. Might take, a couple of years. However, it is going to be a quick ramp-up. And item 19 in the FDD actually shows that after the first full year of being open, the franchisee can make a net income of $75,000, and then for a mature shop, the net income can be over $140,000.
That's per shop as an absentee owner or semi-absentee owner.
Yes, that's correct. Those numbers are based on a single unit with a semi-absentee owner.
So if you had multiple units and you're thinking this somebody else is managing it, you're just managing the manager for potentially that kind of earnings per shop. And, you people have multiple shops.
That's correct. Yeah. So the average, so right now, the average franchisee is actually purchasing multiple shops. So once they get a couple of those open, they can start earning a very significant income. And then going even further, for anyone who has an empire type personality or has a high net worth, we actually do have master territories available. So there's even a bigger opportunity for those people, because what they'll do is pay a franchise fee to actually own a master territory, and then they're going to open at least one shop themselves. But ideally, we'd want them to open multiple shops because they can get those at a reduced rate. And what they're doing as a master franchisee is finding and supporting any franchisees that are in their territory. The incentive is that they're going to get half of the net franchise fee and 40% of the royalty for any unit that's in their territory. So definitely good for someone that wants to have an empire and kind of grow into a big territory over time. So that's definitely another good option that we have.
Yeah. So now you're even less removed than manage the manager. So
that's correct. Yeah. Because usually those master franchisees, they'll actually have a general manager to kind of come and kind of oversee and help support all the franchisees that are in their territory.
That's a great plan. Can you share some stories of people who have opened a Diesel?
Yeah. So far, so the franchisees that we've brought on, a lot of them, they had in mind that they wanted to do franchising, but they were just kind of looking for the right fit. So we've had a couple people that were, they were interested in Diesel, and once they got through the investigation, they actually attended the Discovery Day, and they came away very, very impressed by that, just because they met the corporate team and saw how structured and how solid that they were. And then they also kind of met the Rhino 7 team as well and realized that the partnership there was a very strong one. So they definitely kind of fit what they were looking for. A lot of them, wanted something that was a little bit more of a niche market. And Diesel definitely fits that mold, where it is a more of a masculine barbershop. So kind of a different take on the barbershop, and it's less like a salon and a lot more like a barbershop. So it was really just a matter of people looking for something, and they ultimately found that with Diesel.
David, I really like this concept of franchise, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to anybody who's considering it. And I'd just like to say, if you're listening right now and you're genuinely committed to getting a franchise, whether it's Diesel or you just want to look and see what's out there, let's make sure that you get the right one. There's no charge for my services because most franchises will compensate me for my time. So you can just reach out at 888-627-2776, or you can schedule time to speak with us at speakwithlance.com.
Yes, and I would just like to add that I do highly recommend that you contact Lance with any additional questions you might have about Diesel Barbershop or any other franchise. Franchising can be a very profitable business, but you do need a guide to make the best decision, and I would recommend Lance Hood for that. He's very professional, and he'll definitely get you the information that you need and steer you in the right direction.
Thank you, David. There's so many franchise opportunities out there that the odds are you've never heard of the one that's right for you, and I spend my time getting to know as many franchisors as possible. If we work together, once I find a group of companies that I think you'll enjoy and be successful in, I'll sift through their financial statements, see how well they're performing as a company, and do the best job to help you make a great decision. David, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lance.